Who is it?
Hey,
Vinny!
dude, are you there?
Hey, what's
Yeah,
up,
I'm
my
here,
brother?
man.
How are you,
Dude, I
man?
don't have a scary story, man.
I'm gonna have pretty much a heart attack. I'm like having a heart attack, but I can't scream or anything. Basically, laying on the floor, panicking.
Oh!
No, you weren't. You weren't.
Oh!
You built the place. I haven't seen the Hopi in thousands of years. Don't make fun of my people. Period.
Sorry,
I'll pull
grandfather.
out your ass and cut you up into little bitty bits.
Facebook page down because people said Richie from Boston's gay. He's gay. I'm gay. I'm a gay man.
And I mean, yeah, I mean, you can prosecute me for that if you'd like. That's
No,
fine.
it's not why I'm doing that. I'm just
Well,
saying there's a lot
Well,
of...
that is what you did.
Bigelow started buying websites, including one in British Columbia, Canada. So all of a sudden, this kind of triggered Brian Vike.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins here. We've got a special report for you. We've got a few UFO videos that we want to share with you.
Welcome back, everybody. Blake Cousins, along with Orlando Smith and Brent Cousins, we're going to be going over incredible imagery.
Third phase of moon. Third phase of moon.
10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream rise to the top. Oh yeah.
All right. Welcome to GUFON. My name is Rich Giordano. It is July 8th, 2024, and I'd like to thank you for joining us tonight on Monday. It's the beginning of a new week. So, excuse me. If you work like a 9-to-5 job, I understand you're just now getting to listen. Maybe you just got home, you ate dinner, you relaxed, you tossed the ball or a salad, or, toss the ball with your kid or ate a salad. Boy, you guys and your dirty minds. What do you say, Goofonian? See, I can't be a normal person. Hi, I'm Rich Giordano. My name is Rich, and I'm a GUFON guy. And this is my little podcast here. And, oh, well, thank you for hanging out. Even that was too good. All right, so tonight we're going to talk about the, what is this thing? Other government agencies. That's the O.G.A. O.G.A. It is, that's what it means, right? Actually, it's the Office of Global Access. Whatever that's supposed to mean. Well, apparently this branch of CIA does a little bit of, UAP stuff. Hey, The Fact just subscribed to Truthology for Ufology. Well, thank you, The Fact, for becoming a member of the family. All right? You know the family. You're now part of it. Congratulations. And that was really nice of you. Appreciate you coming here and supporting Truthology for ufology. Enjoy the fruits. The fruits. But this O.G.A. thing, stupid. Stupid. I don't even know why I'm talking about it. It really is other government agency. We'll talk about why I wanted to talk about that, what it means to ufology, because it does. It means a little something. Nobody's ever talked about it. I don't know anyone who's ever talked about the O.G.A. They even have their own emblem. Yeah, it's a real thing. Yeah. Yeah, I'll show you on Google. You know, Google. And we'll talk about UFOs. Beryl, you know, the hurricane that is a hurricane quit. I was waiting for this all day to say that. Not really. I just thought of it. But it's a history-making storm made by a UFO. Just kidding. It wasn't a storm. It was a UFO. Kidding again. It was a storm. No UFOs were involved or hurt or crashed. Yeah, usually we get one a year. Aww. Doug Sheehan's dead? No way. Who the hell's Doug Sheehan? GH star? What is a GH star? Good humor? Oh, General Hospital. No wonder why I don't know who it is. I don't watch stories during the day. I make them and gush all over freedom. That's right, folks. We're making it. So welcome to the show. We'll do a little bit of roll call. I got something in my throat. Oh, right. It's cancer. Don't say that. If you face it, it'll run. Brookes is here. Huh? Welcome to the show. Kelly Lewis, the EW, is here. Hello, Kelly. The Apostate Plus Tax, almost said it. Welcome back to the show. David Wilcox, not Wilcock. Welcome to the show. Marcel, the Gufonian Metalhead. Welcome to the show. FAP, everybody. Welcome to the show. FAP. Nice to have you aboard this evening. See? Glenn Collins, welcome to the show, sir. Nice to have your energy. 808. Just another DJ. We've got the 808 in the house. Do you know what the 808 is? Well, I can tell you this. It's just another DJ. Huh? Welcome to the show. We always like originality here. Paul Callaghan. What do you say there, G-Man? Welcome to the show. Alfie Joe Bob. The AJB of GUFON. Bernie Muro, everybody. Bernie Muro. What do you say, B? Dinkamazi, welcome to the show. The DA of GUFON. We got to stop doing that. But welcome to the show. Kevin, welcome to the show. Trying to stay real, man. Trying to stay real, Kevin M. All right, we're going to move along, start the show. Hey, Jose Sanchez. How are you? And Corny is my middle name. I'm not corny. I don't think I'm corny. What's up, Gyro? How you been, man? I know I saw you here recently. Yesterday? Day before? 2 days ago? Derek Faulkner, the LK. What do you say? Welcome. All right, Sky Allen. Hey, welcome. And there's the fact. And thank you very much for becoming a member of Truthology for Ufology. The fact. I hope I don't disappoint. These poor people. I don't know what they expect. Hey, Brian Yates, what do you say there, Chief? Welcome to the show. Leanne. There you go. Just say it out. Leanne, everybody. The L-E with Anne. Leanne. She's French, everybody. Léon. Who's this? Latro Genoil. I have a feeling I'm saying that wrong. Welcome to the show. Stay strong. Good to see everybody. All right, if I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means I got a lot of show to do and really do. Every night we got a jam-packed, fast-paced, in-your-face type of show. It doesn't stop. I can't handle when the show goes backwards, like ufology. Why is this happening? Oh, I forgot. And if you want to help support, like Ben, the Yorkshire GUFON, I can't see what it is. It didn't show up on my end yet. Oh, there it is. Hey, Ben, thank you very much. If you want to help support Truthology for Ufology, like The Fact did with the membership, or, the links are in the show description. Super chat, super sticker, PayPal, Cash App. Hey, they're all there. If you really believe, as long as you're happy. I just want you guys happy. That's it. If you don't believe everything we talk about here, hell, I don't even believe some of the stuff I talk about. It's just a hypothesis, a guess. Nobody knows for sure anything that's going on unless you're in it. I mean, behind the scenes in it, not like we're in it every day. Doesn't count. And we're just watching. We're not really in it. We dabble on the line. But Ben, thank you for being a continuing supporter of GUFON. Appreciate that. I don't know why I can't. I really don't smile all day long. I really do have a dick face. That sounded bad. I was going to say bitch face, but I ain't no bitch. However, I've got an angry look all day long. I've had it my whole life. As soon as people see me, they're like, well, what's wrong with this guy? I'm like, how you doing? I try to smile, and then when I do, it's fake. I look like I'm crazy because I don't like faking. I'll smile if I'm in I do. It's just I don't walk around like some people. Oh, that's very nice. Oh, hey, Johnny, bada boom, bada bing. I'm more like, how you doing? You all right? Let me tell you something. It's gonna the fourth race. How you doing, Mel? Come here, Mel. Get that thing? And that's my conversations. Nothing like that. My conversations are telepathic. You see? It just worked. Look, wait. FAP, you see? I know. All right, well, what can I say? What? Oh, everybody's yelling. Stop, stop, stop. Yes. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear everybody. I'm joking, of course. That's not very nice. I heard that. I don't know you, but that's not very nice. Hey, you want to start off the show with something spiritualistic? Too bad. Beryl the storm that everybody's talking about, the hurricane that's out there, now has reached land 3 times. I think it reached, Texas today, 2 in the afternoon or in the morning. Well, they're saying Beryl, this person is saying, this is incredible what's happening. Beryl is the body of Christ. Amen. You can't write this stuff. You can't. I kid you not. And when you see this guy, you're going to understand immediately why. Have you seen this? You've seen this already? I've never seen anything like this. I've got to share it. A storm, of all things, is the body of Christ. This is from Jules Brogan Dinolfo on X. Well, I don't know if she's the one who made the video. Obviously, she's posted it, but I don't know who this guy is. Let me see. It says, it's so small. At Whittle Deputy, at Whitley Deputy, I think it says. Whitley. That's too close to White Deputy. I'm getting a little scared even to play it. All right, we'll keep the screen small so it doesn't sound so bad. Something's wrong. Go. Hurricane Beryl. That's not the title. It said, is the body of Christ up there. Come on.
Hurricane Beryl is a sign. Ooh, this is good, body of Christ. You're going to want to hear this. I was not even looking for this. This fell in my lap today. Hurricane Beryl. That's a peculiar name. What does Beryl mean?
It's Beryl. Why are people calling it Beryl? No, really. I'm so scared. Does anybody know who Milton Berle is? Does anybody know who Beryl Ives is? Yeah. These are famous people who spell their name this way and call themselves Beryl. Not Barrel, not Beryl, not Byral. I've heard it all. It's Beryl. And this guy needs to just shave it. Take off the hair and get rid of the fro, bro. You have 2 afros. You look like something's wrong. Like, I don't know, man. He's got like a face in between hair. It looks like his head is being eaten. Doesn't it? On the top and the bottom is the mouth. His whole head is going to be swallowed by his beard head. Oh, this guy in his barrel. It's the devil. He's the devil. All right, I'm going to play it. And you guys, you just think what you want. I'm not going to play the whole full 4 minutes.
This fell in my lap today. Hurricane Beryl. That's a peculiar name. What does Beryl mean?
When you say it wrong.
Well, Beryl is a woman's name. Not very many people named Beryl, but it is a woman's name. But the name comes from a stone. It's a precious stone. It's a gemstone. Looks something like this. This is a beryl stone. It's quite beautiful. The beryl stone is one of the stones that was on the high priest's breastplate in the temple of God. Also in Revelation chapter 21, John sees a new heaven and a new earth and New Jerusalem coming down, the holy city. And he sees the walls all around the city. And these walls have 12 different foundations, each of a different stone. And the 8th foundation is the beryl stone. So we see that the beryl stone is connected with the number 8, which means new beginnings. God is good. Y'all scroll if you want to. So we got this storm, Beryl, coming in, and it's connected to the high priest.
Let me guess. If he says the storm is barreling in, that's it. We find him and shave him. And then we call this guy Christ the cue ball.
Because the beryl stone is on the breastplate of the high priest, and it's also connected to the number 8, being the 8th foundation, and the walls in the New Jerusalem, in the new earth, in the new heaven. 8 meaning new beginnings. We got new beginnings all over this, but there's more. In Daniel chapter 10, Daniel sees a vision of the Son of God himself. Look what he saw. In Daniel chapter 10, verse 5, Daniel says, "Then I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with the fine gold of you."
Excuse me? Whose loins were girded with fine gold of UFAs, which is short for euphemism, which is short for P, right? We don't need to talk about anybody's loins. We don't need to talk about anything girded with fine gold. Or any man in linen. I've already lived through the John Lennon area. Era, you moron. Oh my God, I'm such a loser. What a schmuckle. I can't watch this. I can't even listen to me anymore. I feel sorry for the fact you just donated $5 to the biggest loser that has ever spoke. I'm having an off night. But I tell you what, the fact, that makes me happy to see people supporting Truthology for ufology, even on a bad night. Hey, you know, those member shows, or there's something else. Maybe I should make believe it's daytime, or just start doing shows at 3 in the afternoon. They're better. Well, the fact, thanks again. Membership, $5, couple bucks. Thank you for the big time support tonight. Thank you very much. I heard a bell go off. I'm not sure if I heard the turd burglars. So, moving right along. I just thought that would have been interesting. I must have, I don't think I misread that, because Beryl being Christ. That's what it says. Beryl is body of Christ, ? That's how the guy, all right. Well, I here's the deal. If all of that stuff matches, and Beryl comes in and it's hit land 3 times, and the number 3, so if it didn't hit land 3 times, only hit it twice, I guess Beryl's a POS, right? Absolutely useless. Meant nothing. Everything was right, except for one thing. Didn't hit landfall 3 times. Loser! That's what makes it special, Rich. No, you know what makes it special? Is if they knew about it before Beryl was even close, right? If somebody said, hey, if Beryl hits 3 times landfall, after, you know what I mean? It'll mean this, but nobody did that. Nobody made the predict. Nobody came out ahead and said, hey, Beryl, if there's landfall 3 times, we got a week to go before we know anything. But if this happens, and I'm always looking out for 3 times landfall, with the name Beryl, see, got to be Beryl. Couldn't be Clarice. It couldn't be Margaret. It couldn't be Debbie. Nope, had to be Beryl. Just had to be. That's why I love numerology and astrology and all the ologies that are very fringe with zero proof and very generalized statements and predictions. Yeah, the world's going to have a bad time in a few decades. Yeah. Oh, it's going to get hot. Yeah. There's going to be records broken like you wouldn't believe, Happens all the time. The ice is going to melt and And then we're going to have global warming and the rise of the oceans. And nothing. Did you know when I was growing up, and I know a lot of you are my age or give or take 5 years, 45, 50 years ago, they said Venice will be underwater by the time we get to 40 years old. Venice? Isn't that the one that's underwater already? Yeah. But it isn't. It's the same. And I remember driving alongside, I don't know what bridge it was or what roadway in New York, but I said, wow, I didn't know I was a kid. I didn't know the ocean came right up to there. And then my father said, yeah, they said in 20 years they're going to have to build a wall because the sea's rising. I don't know. Nothing happened. No, nothing. But there are problems with Florida, Louisiana, right? The low-lying areas. Oh, yeah. Those places are at or below sea level and have man-made, filled in. That's why there's problems here in Florida. They've taken so much sand out of that ocean to build stuff. Remember last year when the buildings just collapsed, the hotel, whatever, in Miami? It's going to happen again. We're getting so much rain. This summer is just starting, and the heat is beyond. It's unbearable. It is so hot out there. The first 3 summers here were nothing like this year. Either that or I got acclimated to the weather and now I'm used to it. So I guess I don't have the thin blood I used to have from being in Arizona, or I'm just indoors all the time. It's hot. Anyway, Jaime Maussan speaks a little bit. We haven't heard from Jaime. Yeah, he provided a short statement about the controversies surrounding the Moomy Doomies. I swear this is the this guy. I forget his name. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Jaime Maussan has provided a short statement on the controversies surrounding Dr. Brown's presentations regarding the Nazca mummies being constructed artifacts. This guy reminds me of Mexican James Fox. What would he be? James Fox? Foxo? What would James? Jami? Foxo? Anyway, this guy reminds me of, for some reason. I hope they speak English. That's right. I didn't even listen.
Recognize that.
Oh, it is. Thank goodness for Chef Boyardee.
Well, that part where a U.S. communicator recognized that it may be the most important thing. I have always said it. This is the most important thing, the most important discovery in the history of humanity. And what is he doing? The Ministry of Culture of Peru, he wants to destroy it. Who is the Ministry of Culture? They are the archaeologists and anthropologists of Peru. They are the ones who don't want this to happen, and they convinced their authorities that this was false, that they were fabricated bodies, that we
Why, though? Why?
had painted them with plaster. Yes, they said all that, brother,
But why would they say that? Please, somebody ask Jaime that. Softballs?
He had cut off his fingers, his little finger, and the thumb to put them on top of the other fingers. If I could do that, why would I want to be a journalist? I dedicate myself to operating on people's hands and become the best hand surgeon in the world. So how is that going to be? And feet too, because it is also in the feet. That's why it's very important. Forgive me. It is so absurd. It is so absurd what Stephen Brown is still saying, that he has joined a team, that he has put together a team, and that's it. They showed that the proteins of these beings have in their heads are the same as those. Proteins from the heads of llamas. Well, what nonsense, Mr. Stephen Brown. How does it occur to you? And they have wires in their legs. Well, for God's sake, first demonstrate it. Second, tell me where the DNA comes from. That there is no DNA match in the entire world with these beings. There is none with the little ones. 1 million species that have been compared, there are none. The eggs, what are these eggs they have there? Yes, the metal. Explain the metal to me, please. How could it be put there? Fourth, carbon-14. Did you do carbon-14 tests? Because these beings are 1,000 years old. So you're telling me 1,000 years ago, they changed the heads and put llama heads? The ancient Incas or the ancient inhabitants of Nazca, they were the ones who did it. And then they put all these things in it to deceive us 1,000 years later, or what was it like? Mr. Brown, you are a teacher of ethics, of philosophy and ethics. Ethics, this is not ethical. You are not an expert in this in the first place. And secondly, he starts putting together a team that who knows who it is.
Wow. Wow. Holy cow. Let me see something. This is amazing. So this Dr. Brown is saying that the hands and the feet were cut off and replaced with whatever they wanted it to be. And there were wires in the legs. And yet the guy hasn't demonstrated it to Jaime. He's just saying that's what Jaime did. See, that's dirty. That is exactly the same thing that happens to UFOs and shit that are real. People come out and just say something that's a bold-faced lie without evidence to back it up. I'll give you an example. Crop circles. Going strong, right? Then all of a sudden one day, a news thing comes out about these two guys, Doug and Dave, with a 2x4 or whatever and a rope. And they made the UFOs. I'm sorry, the crop circles. And they made the crop circles. What happened? Immediately, everybody said, oh, that's it? Shit. I knew it was too good to be true. And since then, nobody's given a shiite about crop circles. Not like they should. And that's the same thing that happened here. I'm afraid, guys, there's something special about these mummy dummies, whatever they are. You know, I know Jaime has to be this animated. Let's say it's a hoax. Let's say Jaime did do that. Right? Jaime did make it. Then they discovered it at that. Jaime's a vampire. That's it. Let's say it is fake. I haven't seen that yet, though. I haven't seen it. The evidence that I've seen, the way it's been explained to me, looks to be legitimate, grown beings, whatever they are. Whatever it is. Are they weird? A little bit. A little bit. But if they're real, Dr. Brown comes out and says all this stuff and it's a lie, and all of us are supposed to do what we did when the crop circle Doug and Dave story came out. Just forget about it? I'm begging you not to. I know the odds are not good that the mummies aren't what Jaime says they are. But so far, I really don't see it being anything other than what he's showing us. Everything seems to be exactly the way they're explaining it. That these are odd, whatever, I know they're not mummies, but we're calling them mummies just for the sake of the discussion. They're petrified beings, obviously. They were buried in a very dry, very, very dry environment, very little air, and no animals to get to them. They got petrified a little bit, a little scared. They turned hard. Sort of, I don't know. But there's so many weird things I don't like about it. I don't like the way they touch them without gloves. They handled these Moomy Doomies as if they were toys. Like they've got enough, on the shelf in the back. Yeah, we dropped this one and we got another one. That's how they're treating them. It's very odd. It's like they know that they're bullshit. It's like almost as if they've practiced what they were going to say in public. And then when they get to the demonstration, they forget, oh, yeah, that's right. This isn't rehearsal anymore. And they start picking it up and, taking pictures. Remember, they took pictures with it. They took selfies with the Moomy Doomies. Mystic, get out of here. That's a $3 super dono. It's a beautiful dono from Mystic, throwing it down right there in the middle of the show. It's a super dono. That's pure love. Pure love. I want you to see this and accept it for what it is. People still love GUFON. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's nice to see people come back. I don't expect everybody to be here every night. I don't even want to be here every night. I have to. No, I'm kidding. I love being here. When I wake up in the morning, I'm already on. I'm like, what the hell? I can't wait. I can't. I'm telling you every day. It's why I do it. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. But anyway, thank you very much, Mystic, for a very nice and generous super chat. Super dono for that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You are. Oh, and Jeanette, too, who earlier just supplied, a nice little support through PayPal as well, just like Bernie. Well, Bernie just did $2 through it's a super dono, super chat. There it is. Bernie throwing it down. A continuing supporter of GUFON. Thank you, man. Appreciate the LLV. I know it's weird to say it. I don't even know why I tried spelling it. Thank you very much. Mucho gusto generoso. That's right. I like to thank the people right when it happens, if I can. Right when it happens. If a video's playing, right after the video. That's right. It's what we do. Thank you, Bernie. Appreciate that, man. Hey, what's up, Thor? Jeanette's here. So is Ms. DJ. Everybody's showing up. Hanging out in the old ballpark. So continuing with Jaime, I want to hear the rest of this. Obviously, they have somebody translating for Jaime. It's funny. When Jaime even slams his hand down, the guy who's doing it slams his hand. It's very nice the way they did it. And they finally got it right. He's not over talking and it's annoying. You can actually understand what's happening. So Jaime just said Dr. Brown is a liar, basically. He did not prove to Jaime anything that he said he found. The wires in the legs, the cut fingers and hands replaced with whatever, llama pieces, I guess. So I don't know if they're saying Jaime did it or if they were done that way and then somebody put the Moomy Doomies in the ground. Something's very suspicious about this. That's what Dr. Brown is saying without proving it. And that's where we left the video. Jeanette just threw down $5. It's a £5, £5 super dono. Where'd it go? Huh. I see, it's here. Look at it. It didn't show it up. It didn't show up right. Sometimes it glitches out like that. Sorry, Jeanette. $5 from Jeanette, the angel of GUFON. Lemon character moving his head from left to right with his mouth wide open and red hearts in his eyes. Aw, what a nice poetic thing to say. Thank you, Jeanette. I know it's describing the emoji that's supposed to be there. I like it, though. It's very poetic. Thank you very much, Jeanette. The angel of GUFON throwing it down. £5, £5. Thanks, Jeanette. That was fun. That was good. Yeah, I like it when it works out like that. Okay, Jaime, calm down. Everybody's suspicious of the Moomy Doomies. Let's see if there's any more confusion. That's weird. Why is the volume not playing? I didn't even touch it. See?
What are their credentials for trying to discredit a case that you initially supported and talked about discrimination that had it been done to scientists? You don't remember that the Nazca scientists, from the University of O.G.A, they were investigated for 4 years and they didn't realize that they had wires in their legs. And in a few days, with a team that who knows who they are, you already did it. Son, here's the answer. Look, what is it?
Right. Jaime said they had him for 4 years. Nobody mentioned wires. Good one.
Say, tell me who's here. What do you say, brother? He will meet with you. Who?
Rich Giordano.
That is the answer. Okay, we'll talk to him and I'll tell him about all this nonsense they're saying, as usual. Everything that has been said, these bodies, is nonsense. The only thing is the researchers, the scientists who have really analyzed them. Is or are, it's the only thing that counts, not the rest. Well, are we done now? We're done, sir. Well, that's the important thing of the week, right? No. Oh, Roswell, how many years have they been? 77. 77 years of Roswell. 77 years of Roswell.
$77 years of Roswell. What? Roswell. Until we know more, we'll have to wait on the Moomy Doomies. Still up in the air, everybody. Up in the air. Tough one. I don't believe it. I don't believe those are alien anything. No, I don't. No, they're just too weird. I don't know. You'll see. Oh my God, I have to show this. Did you see who got elected in the UK? They elected Beavis from Beavis and Butthead. And I'm not joking. And he also looks like the Brain. And I can't remember. Here, look. Remember that? The Brain. Look at that guy. Who is this guy? Can you believe that's who they voted in? No. They walk among us. They say you wouldn't notice them if they sat down next to you. I beg to differ. I say they're getting a little bit cocky. I think they're testing how much we really want to see. And I see you. I see you. Watch the way he speaks, too. This is a real alien. They're starting the takeover. They did it with Biden. Did you see? Now this.
In quite a deprived room.
Did you see what I mean? Unbelievable. This is an alien. Oh, you need more? Okay. All right. I'll play a little more. The evidence is a... Here we go. This is a real alien.
Rural area in the...
I can't. I stare right into the eyes and I'm transfixed. I have to look away. Let me look away.
northeast of England.
Oh no, he was on the other screen. I looked right at him. They got control of me. I want to show you, but I can't stop myself. I want to show you. I don't want to show you. I do want to show. I don't want to. All right, I don't.
And kind of over those years, saw quite a lot of things declining around me. So high streets in particular, and schools, sixth forms of local schools closing and leaving lots of people having to travel a really long.
Lots of people, lots of schools, and a bottle of water. He does a lot of this. Oh, it's time to play Pause and Speak. What are the words they're actually speaking or sounds? Ready, go. Yeah, that feels good. Oh, my foot. Is that it? I guess it's over. Ba 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 ba. Wait a minute. Don't look to the right. All right, are we done playing games? How old are we? Thank you. Okay, got it. Stupid immature. You're so immature. This is why I don't come here. I hope not. See? That's another reason. We don't need penis jokes in ufology. I got in trouble when I was working for, who was the guy that used to run Art Bell's show? Well, anyway, he had his own channel. We were waiting for Art Bell to come back, and I was filling in, doing shit. And I told a joke, and I said the word penis. And he emails me, and he goes, hey, the show is all right, I guess, but yeah, I wouldn't talk about or mention the word penis anymore. And I said, but that's the legal, technical, that is the actual, right? That's the term. That's the one that doctors call it. They don't call it your schlong, okay? Mr. Giordano, there seems to be something on your schlong, it's your penis. I'd still laugh. It's a stupid, stupid word. Well, let's just say that was the last show I did for Midnight in the Desert, I believe it was. Something like that. Yeah, that guy, man, he was such an anal guy. Oh, it was just, oh, God. He didn't get it. He didn't get what we do. So, Skinwalker Ranch put a promo out for their next video, their next show. I just wanted to show this to you. Whoops. I believe this is it. Here we go.
Hey guys, welcome back. How many drones did you bring us this time? 1,000. 1,000. 3, 2, 1.
These drones will help us see what's above the ranch that's causing all this trouble.
The drones down, lost video feed.
Now look, guys, I'm not joking around when I say this. Every single episode where they use electronics, they have something go wrong. I don't know why they keep this guy at the helm of their experiments. Every time they go wrong, something goes wrong. I'm not buying into it that it's the ranch. And the things that happen are very interesting, though. If there was an anomalous thing happening there on the ranch, these are very interesting things that are happening. They show it. I don't know if they show it here, but they did a test where they showed a drone going back and forth. It was like mapping or something. And then it glitched, and when they got the reading back, it showed it was 50 feet underground. And then they did the same thing with the helicopter, and they were dropping stuff into the vortex that's supposedly there, and things were going underground. Like, they don't understand. And that is where this supposed vortex is, right? Where I think they call it the triangle. It's a three-sided thing. I don't know why I stopped it there. I'm sorry. I should have just let it play and then talk about it. So 1,000 drones release.
2, 1.
These drones will help us see what's above the ranch that's causing all this trouble.
The drones down, lost video feed. They crashed. What the hell is up there? You say that?
So you hit something in the air and spiraled into the ground.
This UAP appeared just before we lost the drone.
We got more than one.
There are so many UAPs, it's crazy.
There are so many UFOs, it's crazy. Gotta tune in. Gotta tune in. I haven't watched it. I haven't watched, I think it was the rest of season 4 up until now. I haven't watched it. I may have watched one episode and maybe I got ill and I didn't watch it anymore. Something like that I think happened. But every single time they run electronics to test something, which is almost every single test they try, something goes wrong. They lose power. If I could speak, they lose power an awful lot. That was a big thing in the first couple of years. Yeah. And then you see the guy like this. Remember the movie Airplane? All right. No? All right, what do I got here? Okay, so apparently I have a video here. Oh, wait a second. Oh, I'm so sorry. Wrong. Okay, so this other government agency, I'm really off tonight, the O.G.A. The O.G.A. Here is the definition. In the context of this order, an O.G.A. is a permanent or semi-permanent federal organization, including support contractors, established by the executive or legislative branches of the government responsible for oversight and administration of a specific government function. In special situations, O.G.A. can also include gubernatorial and legislative offices from state governments, local governments, and tribal governments. Examples of O.G.As include the Department of Homeland Security. Who knew? The CIA. Who knew? The FBI. Who knew? State Governor Office. And appropriately cleared O.G.A. support characters. Who knew? Wow. So if you think they don't share their information with each other, you're out of your Vulcan minds. Yeah, it's compartmentalized, but they still share it with each DPT. DEPT, period. Department. It's abbreviated. Look it up. You see? Got a problem. You can't trust anybody in any part of government at all. Ever again. O.G.A., other government agencies. Oh, yeah. And it's in the U.S. Department of Energy. In the Directives Program, Office of Management, MA-1, 2. Just in case you were wondering, I'll put the link to this in the show Descript. Here, I'll put it in the chit-chat room right now so you can take a looky-loo at what the lies have been telling you. I mean, what the government has been lying. They lie, and we know they lie, but when it's provable, it's fun. Isn't it fun? They share it all and they do work with UFO material. What? UAP material. What? It's true. Say it ain't so, but it is so. Richie, everybody. Yay! You know why I like it? It's so transparent. Should have known about the O.G.A. It's so stupid. Other government agencies. What does it really mean? What is it? Office of the Global Access. I don't know what that means. Does anybody know what that means? The Office of Global Access. That's the emblem on the thumbnail. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It is bizarro. It is. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like this. Hold on. I'm going to go. Let me see something here. Oh my God. So I'm looking at the definition of other let me show you what I'm looking at from the U.S. Department of Energy. Look, I saw the article where it said that they gather information and pieces of material of UFOs. Sorry, UAPs, because, they work in that side of ufology. This is what I got. I'm going to open it and show you like a good boy. And there you go. Can we get over in the corner? There you go. So that's what I was looking at. Now, I was just about to click this. Look at this. Department of Energy. Control of nuclear weapon data. This is from July 21st, 2011. But wow. Now, if I click on this, you won't be able to see the next page because that's the way it's here. But I'll bring you up to speed. Let's see. Oh, it did work. Well, that's a first. The directive establishes, so this is the functional areas: information security, nuclear weapons program security. The directive establishes the policy, process, and procedures for control of nuclear weapon data to ensure the dissemination of the information is restricted to individuals with appropriate clearances, approved authorization, and valid need to know in keeping with the Atomic Energy Act as amended, stipulation of ensuring common defense and security supersedes Department of Energy 05610.2. PDF document, 377 kilobytes. Finance. This is here you got the exemptions, you got standards, you got a whole bunch of stuff here. What are the directives? Standard directive processes. I didn't see anything in the UFO acronym anywhere here. Nothing. Didn't see it. Definitions? Anyway, you guys now have the link, and I'll put this in the show description. I think you should take a look at this. These are, and I kid you not, I'm not joking around, O.G.A's, other government agencies, and their branches, departments, and everything else. For me to go in there and look for UFO right now it would burn the rest of the time we have this evening, and I don't want to do that to you. Me. You, me, you, me, us. It's us and me, it's you and me, it's all of us. We are here, we are listening, and we don't learn much. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, yes, I do. All right. So let's think about that for a second, though. Okay. That's it. That's all I wanted to say about the O.G.A's. Because there's nothing else I can show you. You go in there, research it all, and enjoy yourself. And while you're reading all that stuff, thank me so I can feel it. Just say it. Thank you. Okay. We've talked about how unique water is. Water holds memory. We've seen experiments done before where Dr. Kang or Dr. Wu, I don't know, whatever his name was, did the experiments with water and found out that under a microscope, if he put water, a glass of water that had the word hate on it, and then next to it he had a glass of water that said love, and then you look under it, under a microscope, and you have people walk by and look at it. Oh, love, love. Oh, hate, hate, hate. Love, 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 right? And the idea is that your thoughts change the molecular makeup of the water itself. And it's true. When you look at water, frozen water, under a microscope that had the word love, everything was perfect. Perfect shapes, triangles. There were a lot of triangles, a lot of circles, perfect circles, big circles. I was watching Trump today. I would love to do my Trump. I suck at it so bad. But there's a comedian who's the best at it. I've got to play that. What's his name? He's kind of chubby guy. Anyway, and then when you look under the frozen water that had the word hate or anger, nothing was geometrical. All the shapes were messed up. I don't know if it's frozen or whatever, but you look under it and the molecular structure was in disarray or not very nice. And you look at the one with love and everything was organized and uniform and geometrically sound. That's amazing considering we're 77% water. And it's amazing what we do to ourselves with our own thoughts. Sad. That's why people who wake up in the morning, and for example, if you have this personality, let's say you get out of bed and you stub your toe. I always stub my toe. Every day I'm stubbing my toe. Well, first of all, you're an idiot if you keep doing it more than once. I could see twice because you forgot. But a third time, maybe, no. And hard enough to really hurt yourself, that's on you. It happens, I know. And then you're like triggering, God, what happens? And then the next thing you know, you get up out of bed and you go take a shower and there's no hot water. Oh, every day with the water, and then every day it's the water because you're thinking every day and and you're creating the negative flow. Now, if you stubbed your toe in the morning and said, "God, your mother's ass, I can't believe I'll never do that again." Never that's going to happen again. I will win. I will beat that toe being hurt. And then, you wake up the next morning and you're like, oh, I remembered. And you don't stub your toe. You break your ankle, but at least you didn't stub your toe. I would rather break an ankle than stub my toe. But anyway, water holds memory. It's very, very powerful. And if water holds memory and it can do that with just your thoughts and speech, and it can do it to us, and it does it to water, we're 80 what, 77% water, something like that? That's a lot of water. Did you notice that we're almost the same amount of water as there is water on the earth? Well, compared to land, 70, right? 70-30. There's something to this 70 thing, I'm telling you. Most people don't realize their thoughts produce electrical vibrations throughout their body all day long. Every thought, every move, every dream, every daydream, every thought you have is either aging you or strengthening your physical self. But it's so hard to change who we are. It's so hard. Can't do it. Not right away. So what do you do in the meantime? What do you do in the meantime? Right? You don't believe it? I'm telling you this. I'm an idiot, and I know it. Because I know the secret, the law of attraction shit. It works for me. And I think it works for me just like religion works for some people. And, other beliefs work for other people. And I'm sorry about this, guys. Right? And I think it's the power of belief. And I don't think it matters if you believe in God or if you believe in the universe or whatever. As long as you believe in something to get you through this world, to have some sort of something make sense, to give us hope. So when we die, we don't really die, we move on. I would like that. And I'm choosing that there is something energy-wise. Just there's so much evidence, showing that there is something on the other side, but not scientific evidence, not repeatable, not that I know of. There may be some people out there who are doing some experiments on themselves or others, their friends, who are scientists, whatever, and may have found some doorways or passageways to the other side. What was that movie where they killed each other to go face their bullies? Remember that movie? They did a remake on it and it sucked. Yeah, that was a good original thought back then. It had Julia Roberts, Kiefer Sutherland. I mean, it had like everybody was in. I did think Richard Gere or no, what was his name? Rob Lowe was in it. It's crazy. All right. I don't know if water is the key. But I think there's something to it because we're made up of so much water. There's got to be a reason we're talking about it. This is beautiful, by the way, this video right here. You want to get on my sensitive side, this is part of it. I just love this stuff. I really believe something, but I just believe what I see. It's hard to believe what other people tell you. Go.
What you're seeing here is water memory. You can do this experiment yourself just by showing an image to water for around 30 seconds and then freezing the water, and you will see a reflection of the image you showed it. This proves that water holds memory. It has consciousness. This is because water can change its structure depending on the vibrations it comes into contact with. This is where things start to get a bit crazy with words. Placing the word schizophrenia in water and then freezing it shows this image of a double-faced person. This proves that water is intelligent and is reacting to vibrations of the words. Now that you understand this concept, what do you think happens when you are drinking Monster Energy, or with cans which imprinted the word of death? You are drinking crystallized water with the imprinted vibration of death. You are filling 70% of your body, which is water, with the vibration of death. Tap water is mixed with sewage and all sorts of toxins inside of these facilities. Although they may remove some of the toxins from the water, the crystallized vibration of this water is still very bad. The ancients didn't just build beautiful water fountains for no reason. They had a purpose of moving the water so that it restructures the vibration of the water. Water is basically the internet of the earth. It has consciousness and intelligence. This is why you should never place your car keys or your phone next to you.
Oh, I thought it was longer than that. Sorry, I don't like to imbibe while I'm on the show to show you. So, you know, try that experiment yourself. See what you come up with. Wild. Weird stuff going on. I don't know what to show you next. I have let me see if this comes up. I was looking for this yesterday to see. Yep, it's been removed. Or has it? No, there it is. Okay, so let me check this out. I want to see. As a continuation of their partnership, Netflix is developing another production from former U.S. President Barack Obama and Michael Obama with their Higher Grounds production. This new feature film is reportedly called White Mountains and will be based on the true story of Betty and Barney Hill. The film will be written by the writing duo of Becky Lee, Leigh, and Mario Cipriano, who wrote the 2014 movie The Republic of Rick. The story has had several adaptation attempts in recent years, but they never came to fruition until Netflix stepped in. Netflix's White Mountains is set to be produced by Barack and Mike Obama with Tonya Davis and under Higher Ground Productions. Here's what else we know. Netflix's White Mountains is said to be based on the true story of Betty and Barney Hill. September 19, 1961, it was the first widely publicized report of an alien abduction in the United States. The Hills were driving back to Portsmouth from a vacation in Niagara Falls and Montreal. Just south of Lancaster, New Hampshire, Betty claimed to have observed a bright point of light in the sky. The couple followed the light for quite a bit and had binoculars as well. After some time, they stopped near a field and saw 8 to 11 humanoid figures who were peering out of the craft's window, seeming to look at him. In unison, all but one figure moved to what appeared to be a panel on the rear wall of the hallway that encircled in front portion of the craft. The one remaining figure continued to look at Barney and communicated a message telling him to stay where you are and keep looking. Barney tore the binoculars away from his eyes and ran back to his car. In a near hysterical state, he told Betty, "They're going to capture us!" He saw the object again shift its location directly above the vehicle. He drove away as fast as he could, telling Betty to look for the object. She rolled down the window and looked up. Almost immediately, the Hills heard a rhythmic series of beeping or buzzing sounds, which they said seemed to bounce off the trunk of their vehicle. The car vibrated and a tingling sensation passed through the Hills' bodies. The Hills said that they experienced the onset of an altered state of consciousness that left their minds dulled. The second series of beeping or buzzing sounds returned the couple to full consciousness. They found that they had traveled nearly 35 miles south, but only had a vague, spotty memories of this section of road. They recalled making a sudden, sharp, unplanned turn, encountered a roadblock, and observing a fiery orb in the road. After an interracial couple in the 1960s has a horrifying encounter with the UFO, they set out to discover if it actually happened or if it is just a case of a foil a do. Madness for two. Anyway. It could be out this year, they're saying. It was supposed to come out last year, but it did not. Is it out? I don't know. I don't think it's out. I would have seen it. Betty and Barney Hill, their story is one for the ages. If I'd not done their meeting them, I would have asked them questions like, did you give him a cookie or anything? Something to eat? Flying all them miles and whatnot, that can work up an appetite. Did you offer him water? Anything of the sorts? Nothing like that, huh? Well, that's all right. You didn't expect to get no company at that time anyhow. Yeah, but I would have asked them aliens, why are you picking on me? I want to show you something. This was, I don't know if this is real, but this might be an alien from the planet Nibiru. Right here. See that? Now, when I press play, you're going to automatically be skeptical. And rightly so, but give it a chance because, well, look at it. Isn't that cute? I want to kiss her eyeballs. It's a lady, that's for sure. I want to kiss her little eyeballs, so cute.
Shocking footage of a real alien from planet
Oh,
Nibiru.
she's so pretty. Aww. And those real eyeballs. My goodness. So pretty. And those teeth, my God. I never was attracted to teeth, but I could lick each tooth.
This is very disturbing.
Of course.
Could this be real?
It's a talking butthole.
What do you think?
I think it's an anus from planet Uranus.
Shocking footage.
It's stupid. It's so stupid. I just want to hurt myself so I don't have to live through this anymore. That's not true at all. I apologize. I'm joking. You want to hear something funny? So, I'm just going to play the video. The timing of this video and tonight's show is strange because it has nothing to do with anything UFOs. But it does have to do with something that's interesting to me. See, this right here is very alarming to me, what you're about to watch. I'm just slipping it in the show. I should have just said nothing, but I have a big mouth, and I can't even surprise you anymore because I'm afraid you're not going to understand. Some of you may feel sorry for these people. And let me tell you, I do feel sorry for them. But not anymore. Not anymore. All right, I don't. I'm sorry. Illegal migrants are upset that they're not getting enough. And listen to what this judge, New York City Councilwoman of New York, of all places, Vicky Palladino, torches illegal migrants complaining about the city's accommodations. Can you believe this? Wait until you hear how she very professionally sets things right.
Democrat for this. But at the shelter, the food, my kids cannot eat the food at the shelter. And they give us 2 months to stay at the shelter, and then you have to go out again with your luggages and the kids and find another place. It's very difficult.
In listening to everybody speak and making demands on New York City to do more, how much more are we supposed to do? This system is so overworked and overburdened. We don't have the resources that you need to get what you need. I mean, your testimonies move me tremendously. I don't want to see anybody mistreated in any sort of way. But I have to ask you, what motivated you to come here thinking the streets are paved with gold? They're not. They're absolutely not. And you're living through that.
What gave you the idea that the streets are paved with gold? That's what people think. You know, what we have here compared to where those people came is gold. However, they came here with nothing. When you come here with nothing, and we give you several months and thousands of dollars and a way to get started, like you really wanted to come here, okay, you're here, now you got to work. Oh wow, I didn't know. I thought it was you just come here and everything's given to you. That's what they think. And they're going to keep giving and giving and giving until there's nothing, well, there's nothing left to give. It's sad what they did to what the Bidens did. Terrible. Our country's going to pay for this for the next 30 years. It's going to be a couple of generations. And what's going to happen is you've got 20 to 30 million people here that had no American values at all. Not all of them were bad. Let's say 3% of those. That's 30,000 or 3,000 people? Is it, what is it? What's 1% of 30 million? Is 300,000, right? Holy shit. So you've got about, let's just say 100,000 criminals, violent criminals now in the United States. It's more like 500,000. It's just gotten bad. And Trump can't do anything. Trump will do something, but he won't be able to stop inflation. I don't know how. All right. Tucker Carlson. Is that what this is? No, this isn't him. I made that mistake earlier. I wonder why. Oh, I can't watch that either here. I made that mistake earlier. All right, here's a UFO. This is what I've been meaning to show you. This is really strange. From Finland. And I want to tell you something. I have a very similar UFO experience on video. But I didn't show you guys because I thought it was raindrops in the sky. And it was just playing havoc with the camera. Like I was thinking the camera was glitching when it would see drops reflect the sun. And it looked like patterns would form. Then I see this guy's video. And it's almost the same thing. But his looks like UFOs. Mine doesn't. Well, it does, but not like this. This is interesting. I don't know what this is. I don't know. It's good, though. See? And they disappear. And I'm not sure if if it's because the focus and... Oh my God, it's just like what I captured. See, mine weren't as bright, though. Mine were dim. Look at that. It's so bizarre. Is it papers in the wind? I don't know, man. It's good. It's really interesting. I'd like to see the whole video. See, we're only seeing... Now, oh, wait a minute. I didn't realize he's indoors. This could be lights behind him. See the reflection here? This is a reflection. You can see it go all the way down. It kind of runs up. Even there's another line right here. Yeah, look. You can see it. Yeah, this right here is from inside. I don't know. I think now it's not what we're being told. This might be lights that are in the room behind him. I could be wrong. Yeah, I could definitely be wrong. I mean, maybe I am. I don't know. I just, I see lights that are flashing that somebody could be triggering with a switch. They could be on a flasher. And then you see them out there like almost swirling like it's paper caught in an updraft. It's very interesting. It's like my fleet that I captured in 2005. It's pretty wild. This is interesting. I don't know. I need to know if he's indoors or outdoors. It looks like he's indoors. I don't know. It is what it is, kid and caboodles. We'll never know. That's the thing. What's up, Bob Marley? What is up, everybody? Hope you're having a good Saturday. Having a good Monday today. Can't believe it's Monday. It feels like Saturday. Oh my God. I have got to show this to you. In my whole entire life, if somebody asked me at 10 years old, if you thought you would see this in your lifetime, how much would you bet? And I would have said $1 million. I would have said $1 million. This was never, ever happen. How many times have you ever sat on an airplane and the person in front of you was rude? They kept banging their chair. You had a tray of food out and they just, maybe a kid was in there or the people kept shifting because they were big. I've had a lot of these problems with people in front of me. I've even had the problem we're going to see here. But I never thought about what this guy wanted to do. What would you do is the question.
Over her seat. The man gets frustrated as he tries to move the hair away, only to have the woman put it back every time. And now he's getting really tired of her behavior and picks up a pair of scissors. But his wife is whispering to him, "No, don't do that." But the man gave the woman so many chances and has decided to cut it. But just as he's about to do it, the woman senses something and turns around. She likely knows her hair is bothering him but keeps putting it back for some unknown reason. And that was the last straw for the man. She clearly believes she can get away with this, but that might not be the case. And there he goes, cutting her hair with no remorse. And the woman will not be happy after this one.
Oh my gosh, he cut. Don't you cut my hair?
Yeah, you're being rude.
You cut my hair?
Absolutely I did.
Who was justified in this situation?
Oh, that's it. You cut my hair?
This woman disrespected this man on an airplane, putting her hair over her seat. The man gets...
Okay. First of all, what a bitch. I see a black woman testing the patience of what she probably thinks is a Trump supporter. Because, guy in his 50s, maybe early 60s, kind of looks like that. Looks like, me almost, So she said, do what I want with my hair. And it's disgusting that anybody would do that to somebody, right? What would you do? Well, I didn't see anybody call the flight attendant. That's what you do. And another thing, I would have gotten other people behind me to say, hey man, I'm going to cut this girl's hair. If you want to talk to her? I would have had other people say, go for it, man. That's bullshit. And had everybody turn on her. I would have tried that. I wouldn't have cut somebody's hair. He can definitely go to, and he probably will, he should go to jail. And what she did wasn't illegal. What he did was illegal. Big time. That's like cutting an appendage off. You can't do that. He changed the way she looked for a while. I think that whole thing was fixed. Don't you? Watch it again. No. Tell me, who acts this calm?
Disrespected this man on an airplane, putting her hair over her seat. The man gets frustrated as he tries to move the hair away, only to have the...
Just that part right there, where he tucked it in, and as soon as you touch somebody, you're turning around angry. What are you doing touching me?
Woman put it back.
She didn't do anything. She casually acted it out.
Every time. And now he's getting really tired of her behavior and picks up a pair of scissors. But his wife is whispering to him, no, don't do that.
He just happens to have a pair of scissors, by the way, which he shouldn't have on an airplane. Am I right? What is TSA good for? He's got a weapon. How did he get a weapon on the airplane? Nobody's talking about that. Thank you. Oh, yeah, you said it before me. You guys said it before me. Apostate plus tax. That's it. So I think it's bullshit.
But the man gave the woman so many chances and has decided to cut it. But just as he's about to...
And look how hot his wife is. This guy does not have that wife.
Gave the woman so many
look
chances
at her.
to do that. But
I mean, this is an actress. Like, she's like a 10.
The woman...
She's not with this guy.
So many...
And she acts so concerned. If she was so concerned, she would have stopped him by jumping in front of him, throwing herself on him. Honey, no. Because you know it's illegal to cut somebody's hair. Especially with somebody who's got a lot of hair. But no. Miss Big Lips, long hair, faking that she doesn't care. Or care. No, faking that she cares. Watch.
Many chances and has decided to cut.
She's like, oh no, don't do that. Honey, no.
But just as he's about to do it, the woman...
Look, she should have stepped right in, right there. What are you, crazy? But she didn't do anything. Oh, okay.
Woman senses something and turns around. She like...
Come on.
Senses something and turns around.
And watch when he starts cutting. She doesn't notice it for like an hour.
She likely knows her hair is bothering him, but keeps putting it back for some unknown reason. And that was the last straw for the man. She clearly believes she can get away with this, but that might not be the case. And there he goes.
Right there. Let's count how long it goes. She knows he's got it. She can feel the pressure. That's pulled pretty tight. Look at the wife over here. This is how we do it.
Goes cutting her hair with no remorse.
Oh, it was edited. There was an edit there.
No
I don't know. On
and the woman will not be happy after this one.
4, 1,000. 4 to 5 seconds before she turned around. Give me a break. Fake. Now watch.
Oh my gosh. He cut.
You cut my hair. Oh my God. You cut my hair.
My hair?
Yeah, you're being rude.
No. I didn't. It's somebody else's hair.
You cut my hair?
No. I did not. That's not your hair. See? Your hair is right there.
Absolutely, I did.
Who was justified in this situation?
Oh, that's it.
And the wife does nothing?
That's it.
The blonde bimbo does nothing? Look. She's like, oh, how's this going to work out, honey? I'll do absolutely nothing while another woman attacks you. And also, how come I don't hear the airplane? It's very quiet in this airplane. And that's it for that stupid segment that had nothing to do with anything. That's a new thing we're going to do now. Nothing to do with anything. That's a new segment. We pretty much do it anyway, every night. There's always something I talk about that has nothing to do with anything. It's part of what we do. Crazy eyes. This is what we do. What's today? Oh, hey, did you know at 11 o'clock, Rich Saves America is going to be on? Live, yeah, tonight. I may do it at 10. I may, it was too late. I already worked out. I worked out already before the show. Yeah. I was going to work out after, and then I was going to come back, and I was going to be all pumped up for 11. But I chose to eat instead after this. So I don't have to rush out of here. Let me see if I have anything left. Oh, this is good. I always think I don't understand how this dog knew. This is bizarre. Did you ever see the video where the dog, I think I played it. The dog was trying to pull the woman away from where she was sitting. And she's like, get out of here. And he keeps trying to pull her. She's like, get away. And then he's like, there. And she's like, what? And then as she's walking away, a tree falls. And like, how did the dog know? Was that fixed as well? Well, then you see a video like this and you're like, oh, there's no way they could have fixed this. There's no way. This dog senses evil. He senses it. Here we go.
Your dog's instincts. This woman felt like there was something off with the shed in her backyard and noticed that her dog would constantly stare at it, even when no one was inside. Then, one day, the door swung open on its own. So she started recording and approached the shed.
There's literally no way that door just opened.
Oh my God.
Y'all, like, I really don't get freaked out, but that was really just...
Watch it.
That door has a keypad lock on it. Like, and it's actually hard to get in. Dutch, where are you going? Don't leave me.
As they get close, her dog jumps back as if there's something dangerous behind the door.
What? Why did you just jump like that? Y'all, do you see her?
Yes, watch.
What's going on?
Always trust your dog's instincts. This woman felt like
they know. The door opened up all on its own. My little Angus knew. Yeah, a couple of times. Yeah. Matter of fact, the night that I think he officially left the world, the lights were flashing in the kitchen and it woke me up and it was exactly midnight. Hey, did you see the Joe Rogan Experience with Eric Weinstein and Terrence Howard? Well, I am going to show you a part of it. This is the most unbelievable show. This was phenomenal. It's already got 6 million views. And it came out only a week ago. You know Eric Weinstein, right? UFO guy. Check it out. Just take a look for a minute. You know, we don't have to rush. So, don't worry about it.
Editing these like short clips, so it's the guy's so ridiculous.
Yeah,
that you start laughing.
I didn't see it because
you haven't seen Grizzly Man.
We have different tastes, sir.
How dare you?
By the way,
it's a work of art.
I need to also just say that I was not Terrence. I think I heard him on TMZ. I was not looking for a debate. I wanted to make sure that Terrence had his position steel-manned, so that anything that he didn't know how to do within mathematics that was legit. Gave a chance to put his best foot forward before he got reviewed. And I didn't ask to come on. You asked to have me on. I'm happy to do it because a friend of the show. But
you reached out about the episode specifically,
yeah, sure.
And I felt like if anybody could talk to Terrence and actually understand what they're talking about, it'd be
yeah. And after I watched the interview with you and Brian Keating, I realized that you weren't trying to eviscerate me or anything like that. You actually wanted to hear.
And for those of you who are wondering why I'm playing this gentleman here, you may recognize, is an actor, or was. He quit acting to figure out the universe. He thinks gravity is electricity. I think, something like that. He thinks that Einstein is wrong, and he thinks he's figured it out. He does not believe 1 times 1 equals 1. He believes 1 times 1 equals 2. Why? Because 1 times something has to be more than itself. It cannot just be itself, he thinks. So math is wrong. So Eric Weinstein, who has degrees, I don't know if Terrence Howard has degrees, but here we go. Eric Weinstein does not appreciate what Terrence Howard has done to the science communities, turning it upside down and making a lot of people upset with his theories. And some people believing it.
a well put together argument concerning these things. So I appreciated you taking the time to come and examine these things, and love to hear your stuff. But I wanted to say thank you to you, Joe, and for putting me on the show initially, and for your audience for how they responded, and the support, and the people that were against it, because it raises the idea of critical thinking, because that's what we're supposed to be doing at this crucial time, is the critical thinking. So I thank all the haters, and I thank all the supporters, and I thank the people that's on the fence, and I'm hoping that today we can move people over to one side or the other.
Well, at least we can better inform people. And Terrence, it's been really cool to meet you, because I'd heard about you, and you're an exceptional human being. You really are. You're very, very unusual. For a guy to be that good of an actor, I almost always dismiss them as being a moron. Or at least crazy. But in a different kind of crazy. Like you're super friendly, and your recall's insane. But I wanted you to talk to someone who's had a deep education in it, and let's see what he believes about these ideas, and maybe you guys can collaborate, or just let's start from Eric. What out of the podcast that I did with Terrence really stood out with you, or something that you wanted to?
Well, what I thought is I have to be honest. I've been listening. I was not so happy with certain things that happened in the podcast, and then I started hearing the response to it. And I was much more infuriated by the response than anything I heard in the podcast, because I thought that a lot of people just used their position of greater formal education in some of these areas to be jerks and to be really dismissive and pretend that they couldn't understand things that you were saying. And no, I'm not kidding.
I know, I heard it.
Because I think this thing goes out to millions of people. And whatever, let me just say something else positive about Terrence. What he just did was very big. He said, "Thank you to the haters." I haven't gotten to that plane of existence
You gotta stay
yet.
offline. I keep telling you.
No.
Some people just shouldn't be reading the comments.
It's not the online stuff. It's the academic stuff. The academic stuff is really it's vicious stuff.
Yes.
And it's always with a pretend smile on the face, so it's the worst.
Mm-hmm.
And what I thought
sounds familiar.
I would do is I can't critique a man if I haven't built a model of what he's actually saying in my own mind that he agrees with. In other words, if I start coming after Terrence and saying, I think this stuff here is bullshit, and he's like, I didn't say that, that's what you inferred from what I wrote, then I've just basically insulted a person.
Wild Ascension, what are you talking about? I don't understand. Hey friends, I was hoping a live show was on today. Woo! I was out planning my son's birthday today. Hee hee! I don't understand. It says live. If it wasn't live, it would say premiere. Right? And if it was just a video, well, it wouldn't be playing. I'm confused. Maybe I'm misreading. Good to see you. I'm going to continue playing this. I had to break it up anyway. Good to see you. Wild Ascension. I don't. No, I'm not okay.
Incorrectly, and if I praise something, I don't know whether I built that in my mind or he built it. So the first thing I thought we would do is I would try to recapitulate what I understand of Terrence's sort of grand arc and see whether or not I can steelman it, and then Terrence can say yes, and then I can evaluate it.
This is taking too long to get to where I want to hear it.
Rich together, and then they bury hatchets. And
right.
It's an amazing interview with the wig on. It's amazing.
Well, I remember that.
So he did make this one very large response, though, right? He did. He did go over the treatise
of things that we say. Science is interesting. Science is fun. Well, very often it's not interesting. Very often it's not fun. Very, very often you can't really say that everybody can do science because it's super demanding. We don't welcome people. You're a mathematician too. We'll say that to kids.
This is terrible.
Understood some of your ideas to be entirely
fine.
They're like saying, yeah. Terrence has several influences, which again, I don't think it's clear to me. I have to ask him questions to find out whether I'm even right. Look, one of the problems is I may be wrong about my model of Terrence. This is the first time I'm meeting him. I didn't know who he was before the podcast. Word game, or you can beat me in a word.
You can beat me in a word game. I didn't
You
go
can
to MIT.
beat me in a word game. A problem, an operation, but you can complete it to a larger system in which that thing does become sensible. So, as an example of the 1 times 1, assume that Terrence doesn't have a big problem with addition, because addition doesn't have the division by 0 problem. Okay. It is the case that if you take any 2 numbers, A and B, 2 real numbers, right, or make them positive, and take the natural logs of those 2 numbers and add those together, then you take the exponent of that. So we haven't done a times operation at all.
Right.
Right? The exponential of the ln of A plus ln of B. That is equal to the A to A times B. In other words, addition and multiplication are what we would say is isomorphic, or an ordinary person would say exactly the same thing. So in other words, if you don't allow me multiplication, but you would allow me, because you like waves, so with waves you need exponentials and you need natural logarithms, there's no way of changing the law of multiplication and accepting the law of addition because they're the same system.
The multiplication should initially started as exaggerated addition. That was the whole point of it.
Well, the precise statement would be that the positive real numbers under multiplication, with the identity element being the multiplicative identity being 1, are isomorphic to the total real numbers under addition, with the additive identity being 0. And the natural logarithm and exponential are group homomorphisms that connect the two, with one being the other's inverse. So by the principle of explosion, the reason that people are in part going to freak out about your stuff is that we have a vulnerability. And that vulnerability says that from a single contradiction, if you can sneak one contradiction through TSA, the entire airport collapses. Everything that we do just is destroyed. And so the idea is that the security on mathematics and physics and the physical sciences is extraordinary for outside ideas, because the first contradiction in the unity of knowledge destroys all of it. If you've ever seen one of these warehouse racking collapses,
yes,
where some forklift guy hits some strut and the entire...
But that's because people don't like change, right? Don't you think it has something to do with that as well? People aren't open to new ideas of mathematics or new way. If the end result is different, and everything they did leading up to the end result should have worked, but it didn't match what you had, well, maybe, just maybe, your math is wrong. And maybe that's why sometimes we can't figure some shit out. I don't know. I don't know what kind of math they're talking about. Here's why. How many times have we seen them send satellites out and probes and shit into the solar system, and they go around Saturn or Jupiter, and they know through mathematics the gravity of the planets, so they could send that probe exactly where it needs to be, so it could pick up speed and be slung around the planet without actually being sucked in to the planet itself. I think they got math figured out pretty well already. I don't know what Terrence Howard is trying to prove. It is something I've seen shorts on, a lot of shorts of him making these, 1-3 minute speeches, and it's taken out of context and from a longer version of the video I've seen. So watching this, I'm now realizing this isn't something I can just show each one of you right now in 5 minutes. So we'll stop it right there for now. And And I'll watch it, and then we'll continue on some, talk about something else. Oh, wait, it's already time. Wow, that was fast. All right, well, thank you very much for hanging out. We'll continue watching pieces of that throughout the week. Maybe, I don't know. But thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Rich Saves America will be on in 2 hours. Come on over there later on. We're going to talk about why people get triggered from cameras. And what do they really think? What do people think we're going to do with them on video? When I'm videotaping somebody and they go, I don't want to be on camera. Why? I don't want to be on it. You're on camera, all the security cameras. Yeah, I don't want to be on camera. Why? What do you think I'm going to do with you? I don't want to be on YouTube or Facebook. You're not. I don't want to be anywhere on the internet. Well, you're in public and nope. What do you think's going to happen? People are going to find out you were at the post office. Oh my God, she mails stuff. We'll be talking about the people that get triggered while doing audits. And we'll look at some audits. It'll be a good show. And we'll be back tomorrow night, right here on GUFON. What are we doing tomorrow? Oh, yeah. Pretty much the same thing, but better. I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you very much for hanging out, spending the time. Moderators and super chatters, I appreciate it. Very, very kind of you to help support GUFON. And if you want to still help support GUFON, all the links are in the show description. All right? No? All right. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anybody. And newcomers and veterans, thank you too for hanging out. We'll be back tomorrow night. Thank you. And is this, what do we do here? We do truthology for ufology. For you. True. That is true. And we do it every night. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and alien bless.